I'm sorry for the departure from what I normally do, but this needed to be done. For a number of years now, a brother in my family, I come from a big family, has been estranged from the family, and we, all of us, only interact with him via letter. For reasons that are multifaceted, most of which would break your heart. This particular brother has a lot of trouble in almost every way. So both myself and a user you know as MTC Strength, who is also my brother, a different brother, receive many letters from our brother. And in every letter there's artwork attached, artwork that he signs. It turns out recently it's been brought to my attention that a lot of this, not all of it, but some of it was traced or highly influenced by other artists. Upon hearing this, I removed all of the stuff that actually was, that did turn out to be traced, not the stuff that was accused. I've gone as far as to contact all of the artists that were wronged. I've written them long apologetic letters. In one case, I've compensated the person. Unfortunately, I really didn't know that this was going on. Here I'm going to show you the many pieces of art I've received from my brother.
Here you see the countless drawings sent to me from my brother, some of which you'd recognize. Just endless drawings. Here they all are. In one case, someone bought one in the form of a t-shirt, and he has been completely refunded.
Now, from the start of my channel, I've been open and honest about the fact that I've never drawn any of this stuff. Don't have much of an interest, nor do I have any talent. I've never even drawn a stick figure worth seeing. So here's an example of past footage where I've spoken candidly on the matter. Abundance asked me what's the deal with my drawing. The drawing's just something my brother did for me. I thought it looked cool. Days before the tail end of this attack series was released, I had a blog TV session where this user who's attacking me was present, where I spoke candidly on the fact that I never drew any of these things, that I didn't know that there was tracing involved. In fact, my brother had signed everyone. I just didn't know. And this user, of course, was there, knew it, and yet he chose to mindfully and willfully distort images, attach my name to things that never had my name attached to it.
Even though all the posts were signed by BAL, Brock A. Lolly.
Now down here you're going to see BAL. This user's a smart guy. He knows this is a very widely used blogger site, and anything you post puts the initials of the user on every single post. In fact, if you scroll down, every single post will have this. But of course, right up here in his own video, right here, is my brother's signature. Of course, this didn't escape this user. He just saw fit to slander and cut images together that fit his attack. And there's numerous examples of this in his video series. Sidebar where he deliberately says Brock's artwork, knowing full well that it isn't. Completely and totally slanderous, willful, mindful hatred. However, at the beginning, the genesis of this user's series against me, there was some justifiable claims in his videos. He pointed out that my sidebar was less than complete, that I had failed to cite certain things that I used in my videos, and he was right in doing so. And I immediately made a video claiming wrong and apologizing for that. And since then, I've went to great lengths to correct that. Not just here on YouTube, but in many areas of my life, I fall and fail and make mistakes. And a tactic that the atheist community love to use is they love to attack the messenger so that they don't have to pay attention to the message. Classic. It was used yesterday, it's used today, it will be used tomorrow. I want to be completely candid about the fact that there was definitely mistakes made on my channel. The reason that I'm addressing the lies and the slander, this user built upon the fair claims against me, the momentum of those claims, to just completely lie, completely fabricate. These later accusations are just pure slander. I mean, not even like a tint of honesty in them or truth in them. And that wouldn't even be so bad if the user didn't know that, but he actually knew that these things were untrue, and he did them anyway. And it's startling to know that there's that kind of hate. I mean, there's no one on this earth that I would do that to. You might ask, why? What's the motivation? Users like this know that this channel has, for reasons that sometimes escape me, gained a lot of success
Thus far, I've had 22 skeptics PM me and tell me that different things, arguments addressed on this channel have caused them to rethink elements of their skepticism and elements of their atheism. It's gotten to the point where not a week goes by that I don't get 2, 3, 4 emails from young viewers that are just stumbling into this debate and that will ask me to clarify things that they've heard on some of these atheistic channels. That's an encouraging thing. Know that does not go unnoticed by a lot of these atheists. And the ends justify the means, unfortunately. And it's not to say that I'm outside of repute, because I'm not. I really want to ask your forgiveness for the things I've done wrong. When you have any sort of platform and you do something wrong, it's not only embarrassing, but it's pervasive. It unfortunately blankets the belief system. It shouldn't, of course, because it's just one person doing wrong, but it does in the minds of many. The interesting thing is that the teachings of Christ are that we are fallible creatures, and that is certainly what I am. I've never claimed to be anything but. I'll make more mistakes tomorrow. Unfortunately, I always fall short of that ideal, as will every man walking this earth. And it's the amazing story of Christ that he came to forgive those sins, and that we are redeemed, and only redeemed through him. We're just the messenger, and a faulty, terrible messenger at that, but unfortunately we are the messenger of his grace and his gospel. But the real person of Christ is infallible and is completely without sin. It's that I think they really want to turn your eyes away from. To wrap this up, if you're a user who has been disappointed by me, or you have questions about something I did or didn't do, instead of just jumping to conclusions, I encourage you, just PM me. I promise to be completely forthright with you and to tell you where I was in error. On this channel, I have repeatedly apologized for things. I've repeatedly apologized to users that I felt that I could have even slightly offended. I don't hesitate to apologize or admit wrong. For the last several weeks, ever since this user has started the series against me, other users, one in particular, have been sending me incriminating material about this particular user. But I just could not be 100% sure that this stuff was honest and was real. And for that reason, despite being attacked relentlessly, I never said anything about it. I mean, I just can't be sure that this user is really guilty of this. Without that proof, I'm just not willing to slander somebody else. And there's just such an irony in that, because I can't tell you that I haven't been tempted to just run with it. But I haven't, because it's wrong. You don't just slander somebody's name when you don't know for sure what the truth is. To this user, I just want to say, I forgive you. I'm not going to hang on to any ill will. I'm not going to harbor any animosity towards you. I'm not going to do that. I'm called to forgive you, and if I want to be forgiven for my mistakes, I have to forgive you. And I do hope that you reflect on what you've done. But as for me, I want to publicly forgive you for that. And for my mistakes, I want to ask for forgiveness.